Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Bantz with Lawrencia. How are you all doing? I hope you're doing great. For today's episode, I want to talk about Kemi Badenoch. Kemi has been pressing our necks, or pressing because listen, I'm not part of this. Kemi is pressing Nigerians' neck. At a point, Nigerian government was responding to Kemi as if she was addressing them. But anyway, now for some of you who don't know who Kemi Badenoch is the current leader of the Conservative Party in the UK. Kemi was born in the UK by an immigrant's parents. Her parents came to the UK to study. At that point when she was born, although her parents did not have their papers, but there was still citizenship by birth in the UK. So she was born in the UK, she became a citizen, although they took her back to Nigeria because they didn't have their papers. They completed their studies and they went back to Nigeria. So, Kemi was British by birth. So when they went back, I think she came back when she was in her teenage years. According to her, there was so many crises going on in Nigeria at that point, so they relocated to the UK. And she said her experience at that point was really bad. She said police officers stole her brother's shoes. So I think her experience in Nigeria was very challenging. Her experience in Nigeria was very bad because of maybe the environment she grew up in and maybe the challenges that the families were facing at that point. Anyway, Kemi Badenoch relocated to the UK. She went back to school. She joined the Conservative Party, and today she is their leader. But now the bone of contention is that Kemi Badenoch made a statement where she said she wanted to, because in the UK, immigration has been a hot topic. People have been talking about reducing legal and illegal migration into the UK. So Kemi trying to win votes, because at the end of the day, she's a politician. She is trying to get the Labour party out of seats and put the Conservative back in power. So Kemi is going to say things that every UK citizen wants to hear, because basically the Conservative government was the one that voted for the Brexit referendum. So she's back and she's bringing all that back with her. But I think the problem now is because Kemi is a Nigerian or an African or Nigerian British, because at the end of the day she's still a Nigerian. Her parents are Nigerian. She grew up in Nigeria at some point before relocating to the UK. So Kemi is Nigerian British, and people are saying that regardless of whatever your party principle is, there are some things you have to tread lightly with. Kemi right now is trying to extend, because for you to become a citizen in the UK, it's about 5 years now. You have to work legally in the UK for 5 years before you can apply for indefinite, and then once you get your indefinite, immediately you get your British citizenship. But Kemi is saying, what she's saying right now is that it will take you about 10 years to work in the UK. For 10 years, she's literally doubling the time for you to be able to get your indefinite leave, and then additional 5 years before you can then get your passport. So in total, 15 years. Now, let me just play the video that is literally driving everybody not in the UK. Watch this.
Britain is our home. It's not a hotel. It's time to tell the truth on immigration and propose real plans to do something about it. I want to reduce immigration and make living here actually mean something. We need to change the way our immigration system works. So I'm announcing that the Conservative Party is going to do the following things differently. 1. If you want to stay in our country permanently and apply for indefinite leave to remain, the time you have to live here before you apply will increase from 5 years to 10 years. 2. You will have to be a net contributor with a high enough salary, especially if you want to bring family members with you. And if you've got a criminal record, you're banned. 3. If you've claimed benefits or need social housing, you can't even apply. 4. we will increase the time before you can apply for a British passport from 12 months to 5 years, meaning it will take a minimum of 15 years to start an application. 5. If you enter this country illegally or outstay your visa, you will be banned from ever gaining leave to remain or a passport. These changes, on top of a strict numerical cap on numbers, will constitute the most robust changes ever made to our immigration system. Lower numbers, secure borders, and an immigration system that finally works for the British people. This is another step in our plan to control our immigration system. If you agree, join us and let's get it done.
Now, this video has been making rounds and people are commenting, people are making comments, people are bashing Kemi. Even the UK citizens are not even happy with Kemi because they're saying this does not solve any problem. You guys were the ones that literally put this country under. So you're talking about, oh, you're going to extend the citizenship process into 15 years. That doesn't solve any problem because we already have millions. Because one of the questions was, is this going to apply to people who are already in the UK and in the process of getting their citizenship? They said no. It is only going to apply moving forward. Let's say if they're elected in the next 5 years, it will apply from then on. And they said that doesn't make any sense. It doesn't solve any problem. It doesn't stop the boat from, coming to the UK. It doesn't stop legal migration. But our people are not happy with Kemi because they said the same route you use in coming to the UK is what you're trying to end, is what you're trying to close. You can imagine somebody being in the UK for 15 years before they can regularize their stay. That is a whole lot of time. That is a whole lot of time to be paying to renew visas or what. It is expensive. And probably that is what Kemi is trying to do to make, because she's one of our own. She knows she knows where all the bodies are buried. So for her to be proposing that, obviously that is a very fantastic solution if you're trying to actually curb citizenship. That would work because a lot of people, I don't know how many people want to spend 15 years trying to get citizenship. So this has caused a whole lot of divide, both from the English people and from the immigrants, because they're saying 15 years is a ridiculous amount of time to wait to get citizenship. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think that Auntie Kemi, Auntie Kemi Badenoch, do you think that she's a sellout? Because a lot of people said that she's a sellout. A lot of people said that she's turning her backs on, for the fact that she talked about her experience. Because I remember there was an interview where she did, where she talked about the police, stealing her brother's shoe. It wasn't even about Nigeria, because she's not the leader in Nigeria. She's the leader of the Conservative Party in the UK. They were asking her about police reform, and instead of her to address the issue on ground, she brought the Nigerian police. She was like, oh, the UK police, they are fantastic, there's no problem. Nigerian police, they stole her brother's shoe. So I can understand why Nigerians are hating on Kemi, because it was uncalled for. There are certain things that she's saying that you could literally do without. But I don't think that Kemi has found that middle ground where she could lead as the leader of the Conservative Party in the UK while disengaging herself from her experience in Nigeria. I don't think she has found that. But let me know what you think. Do you think that Kemi is she's just trying to win the white people over by throwing her people away? Or do you think that she is just doing her job as the leader of the Conservative Party? Let me know what you think. Thank you very much for watching today's episode. Please like, and share. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.